Hey everyone, it's a beautiful day. It's Patrick from EasyNode. I am here today to show off our brand new Findora Validator Toolbox, which will help you install, update, and manage everything with your Findora Validator. Today we're going to install one over on testnet. So what you can do is hit up our GitHub repository here, EasyNode.PRO Validator Toolbox FRA. Hit your HTTPS link here and grab a copy and jump into your server. So on a server, you're going to have an Ubuntu 2204 or 2004 server running, and make sure that you already have Docker installed. So on this one, if we do Docker PS, we already have a Docker installed on here. If you hit our guide in the links here, that'll help you get Docker installed and get to this point where you can pull the toolbox, clone it in, and run our script. So let's do a git clone, paste our link in there, and change over to the Validator Toolbox, and we are good to go. Let's do that, and then we can install our requirements. So pip3 install our requirements.txt. Let that run. I already happen to have them installed, but it'll take a moment and install all of them for you. Once that completes, we're ready to do Python 3 src app.py. Okay, with our menu running here, it comes up and it'll know that Docker's there and installed properly. If it didn't find it, it would boot us out. So it moved on and went, well, you don't have any of the Findora stuff, so do you want to install it now? So we're going to jump in here, hit yes. And it's going to ask if we want to do it on mainnet or testnet. So let's pick testnet and see how she goes. Now, this is going to take some time to run here and download everything, but you'll see everything starts firing up and running, and you don't capture our secret words that just went past. Testnet is fairly small, so it didn't take very long to download here. Great for this video. So it's already at the end point here and attempting to launch. So let's see in 30 seconds here, when this comes up, if we get our stats result. Excellent. That finished up and our stats printed out as we expected. So now down here it'll say your synced up one's catching up equals false. What does that mean? Well, let's hit enter to see what happens. And now it tells us, hey, you're running. So here's our menu. So now we're in the Validator Toolbox menu, and we can run some options here. Option 1 will show our curl stats. Those stats I just printed. Makes it a little better. And what we're looking for here is catching up equals false. So that means this test validator is already caught up online, ready to go. Takes a little bit longer on mainnet to do the download and a bit longer to catch up here, but that's the idea. So you can just keep checking your stats that way. Keep running number 1, and you'll see what block we're on, what version's running, where we're at, all that stuff. So FN stats, probably not going to be much here yet because this isn't a real validator. It's just a temp wallet. You can do the same thing, fire it up. We haven't put any coins in or staked it, even with this being testnet. Doesn't matter. You can do the same thing this far on mainnet. Practice there too. Just wipe your machine at the end and restart. So, all right, let's see. Show balance doesn't work quite yet. If you run number 9, that'll update the FN application. We'll give you an overview of that here. So we'll run that. You'll see it pull in the new FN, set everything up. And it's good to go, and we can show stats info. Bam, ready. All right, let's try option number 10 here. Update the Findora container. We'll say yeah. This will do a restart for you of it, or it'll do, and it also checks for an upgrade while it does it. So if you ever want to restart your container for any reason, you will miss blocks, but this would restart it. That's, if you're up and signing, you'll miss blocks. In practice, you can run it as much as you want. This will run. It's got a 30-second pause, and then we'll see what happens. All right, so just as expected, it finished up. We got our stats. We can hit enter in here and go back to our main menu, run our curl again, see that it's running. We're caught up again, ready to go. Option 11 will update all your Ubuntu stuff. We're not going to run that one. And it's most likely going to reboot your server because there are sometimes some issues with updating and having Findora run Docker. Like to get stopped if that updates. So, well, when you do that one, we will be shutting down Findora first, running the updates, rebooting, and then when you come up, you will have to start the app again, the app restarts both of the things. If they aren't running, checks that they're there, makes sure they're running, and then fires up. And then, yeah, if it cycles through and something's wrong after it tries to run the update version script, it'll ask you at that point if you want to run the safety clean and reload all your data. It's usually the easiest way to fix issues. So for now, it just follows the troubleshooting process that's out there. Let's see. So then you get into option 12, which is just running a safety clean from the menu if you ever need to do that. 13 we can run. That'll show us our hard drive info. There's our most recent mounts and how much space we got. So it's, yeah, good amount free. Data Findora is only using a few gigabytes here on the test network. I think it uses about 10 times that on the regular. So 14, a little info about our that one's not available yet. 15, there we go. This will show a bunch of all of your hardware info, CPUs and all the specs and everything. So it's kind of the whiz through of how to install on testnet, how to get up and running. At this point, you're ready to pull up the guide again. Let's slide it over. Boom. All right. So at this point, you're ready to do step 11 in their wiki, which is the same on manual or automatic. Either way, you have to deposit 10,000 coins and start your validator. So we were on testnet today, so we'd have to put 10,000 testnet coins in, and we could start signing blocks over there on testnet. There is some other stuff you have to do by hand. You have to make a staker memo file which contains this data. So you run nano staker memo, it'll open up. You make this file. Let's copy this and we'll show you an example. Nano staker memo. So paste those in there, and then you could just edit any of these you want. So your name, your named node, example node. That sounds appropriate. There's a description and a website and a logo. So you can do wherever you want to host your logo, go ahead. I suggest IPFS. You can use pinata.cloud and get free hosting for 2 gigabytes or more of images from them for free. Once you're done with that, you hit Control X, Y, Enter to save it, and you're out and back there. So the sticker memo is made up. From there, you'll see the next part is to send a custom command here that you'll set up with the staker memo in it. So what you're setting here is this is the total amount of Findora you're going to stake in your validator to start. The R is what percent rate you're going to charge for a fee, and the M is just to get your staker memo info in there. And once you send that, you are live, and if you're in the top 58 currently or 100 overall, you're ready to sign blocks on mainnet. Testnet should be open to 100 already, no problem. And yeah, if you need testnet coins, stop by the mainnet Telegram and ask for an invite into the Findora Validators chat. There's no public link for it anymore, but they'll gladly invite anybody who's interested in running Findora. So it takes 10,000 coins minimum. The example shows 15,000 here. I suggest 15,000. That's a pretty good amount. But there is some minimal slashing that can happen if you miss blocks here or there. Things that look into after you get this far. If we pull up our guides over at EasyNode.PRO and go to Findora, hit up the post-installation section. It'll show you what you need to back up here, important stuff. So you want to use a program. If you know how to use SCP, great. If you don't, that's a little hard for some people, so you can use something like WinSCP or FileZilla. We really suggest using Termius for all your SSH needs, and then that also has a file browser for your server and a file browser for your computer, so you can literally drag and drop your files over from your server. So go to termius.com and check that out. It's free if you use it just on your machine, or you can pay a little bit of money and have it synced to your phone and get it on the go. See, so those are the backup files. Here's the troubleshooting process that you do manually, which our app kind of takes care of now. So I really wouldn't have to, you might not have to look into that too much, but that's all there if you need it. Other common commands you can run on your server here, which will show info, which you also really don't need. Just checking the status, which is this curl command here. The other ones just show versions. You're not really going to need that if you use number 1 in the toolbox. Software updates, yep, you don't need any of that. Updating your validator info and right. So after you send your initial staked one with the number on it, How do you do more? How do you change it? So you just edit that sticker memo file again, nano, and open it again. Change what you want, save it, and then send this first command, and it'll update all your info. Want to change only the rate? You could send that. You want to change both of them at the same time? Send that. All those examples there. Sign yourself up with the vStats Findora bot. This runs on mainnet. I'm not sure if it'll run on testnet or not. I'll have to ask our friend Fortune about that and see what he says. And then there's a couple more resources down below for you to get you connected. So you can find the Findora Telegram there and get in that chat and ask for access to the validator section. So that's it for now. I want to keep it short, and running testnet did that. So we are done for now. Thank you. Have a great day.